Yo, 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 what's happening, bros? Loud and proud, here we go. Welcome to the live stream Friday night. I usually do them on Sundays, but let me adjust this camera a little bit. Decided to do it tonight. Bored in the shop. Ready to ride. So, I know Friday nights aren't very ideal to be live streaming, but we're actually using the YouTube encoder. What's up, Aaron? We're actually using the YouTube encoder instead of OBS. You could probably tell by the quality of the stream. So I'm hoping that I don't get a buffering or whatever. So we'll find out what that's all about. But anyway, like I said, it was Friday and I was hanging out and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I just released a video a couple hours ago. I was like, I mean, ain't no law says you can't do a couple things in the same night, even though you're probably not supposed to, but it's no big deal. What's up, Genocide? What's up, Mike? What's up, Robert? It's good to see you guys. I know you guys are probably busy or whatever, but I figured I'd come in. Anyways, yeah, it's Friday night, and I don't really have, I mean, obviously you guys see my video. If you haven't had a chance, I took that thing for a ride, and we talked about some stuff on the white car here. And, you know, I mean, I didn't really kind of say some things that I wanted to say that were just obvious. Is the fact that, you know, first off, I don't even know where I want to start with that. What's up, Nick? That's good. 408. I appreciate that, Nick. So, anyways, I figured I would live stream because I ain't got nothing else better to do. We had a pretty hot topic the other night. I think I streamed on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? The election day. And I'll tell you what, man. What's up, Anthony? Then we were talking about the prices of Foxbodies, and we were talking about some of the rare ones and how much that stuff's worth. And man, that's a hot topic, man. It's almost like a topic that you really don't want to touch. Yeah, it's a beast for sure, Robert. Who's got stage fright? Genocide? Me? I'm the furthest thing from that. I'm kind of nervous though because I got a big football game tomorrow. I coach football for my son, for the community, and tomorrow's the Super Bowl, so I'm excited to be part of that again. But you know, like I said, my kids are away tonight, so I had nothing else better to do but to, you know, start up a live chat and hang out with you guys. So, any option on Big Dog's porting? What do you mean by that, Aaron? Opinion. What do you mean by that? Go big or go home with the big dogs. I know. I mean, but see, that's the problem, though. As you can see, we're getting Dad's car ready to send it to Thompson Drag Raceway. And Cousin Paul and Mustang Mike tomorrow are going to be sending the car down the track. We got the nitrous full bottle. It's ready to go. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to be there. So I'm going to send the GoPro with Cousin Paul. And him and Mike are going to go ahead and vlog most of that stuff. And then I'll talk about it after I check out the videos when it gets home, you know, when I get home or whatever. But what's up, Andrew? Hey, that's no problem. We'll get together. Mike Sherrill, I bought a set of Proform rear control arms from Summit. Has anyone used them? Man, I'm going to be honest with you. The control arms, as long as they're, you know, control arms are control arms. Get rid of the old stock ones if you got them. I mean, they're not, stock ones aren't bad, but if they still got the original bushings and stuff in them, they'll probably beat the hell by now. Who's got a YouTube channel? More power. For racing, he would be okay, but on the street, his ports kill airspeed. I've yet to see him test air. Yeah, you talking about the T56 in the white car from the video? It's a faceplate. I shift that thing like I'm mad at it. Whether I'm going from first to second to the next red light, or I'm going from the starting line to the finish line. I send it. I don't care. Got to stab that clutch quick. Hey, you know what? I know lift shift T56 forever. I actually know lift shift Dad's T5 too, but I rebuilt it and I can break it and fix it in a couple hours. You know what I mean? So it's really not that big of a deal. I still have a TKO 600 faceplate. What's up, Mod Motor? What's up, Jody? We're just hanging out here on a Friday. Now, listen, I'm using the YouTube encoder, so obviously the quality's a little bit better, and I get to see you guys and talk to you guys in real time, but I'm going to forewarn you that the last time I used it 3 streams ago or whatever, 4 streams ago when we were at the house, it like cut out on me at like 45 minutes. So just bear with me, you know, with the stream. If it starts to buffer a little bit, I have pretty good internet, so I should be okay, and it's hardwired, so we'll be all right. Mike Sherrill, I remember you saying that why I wouldn't drop the big block, save for the turbo. I get it. Granny shift and double clutch. Well, in third gear, I do. Third gear is the one on the T5 on Dad's car. Third gear is the one that's going to break. And we actually twisted the input, if you guys remember the live stream like 3 weeks ago. I think I showed the input all twisted up. Man, I couldn't get the thing to work. I thought I broke a gear. What's going on tonight, Jody? Hey, I'm just hanging out with you guys, talking about I was over here getting ready to put the slicks on Dad's car. I think me and Cousin Paul are going to do that in the morning. It's like 65 degrees right now in Ohio, which is like a little Indian summer. However they want to call that in the fall. It's going to be warm for the next 4 or 5 days. Tomorrow's going to be like 65 degrees. So we want to get the blue car ready because we want to actually get that footage of the nitrous and the supercharger. Remember I was telling you I wanted to do that? So Cousin Paul and Mustang Mike going to send it down the track for me. Robert Kretz, I remember the last one you built on camera, you had to rebuild 2 more times. Yeah, you talking about the faceplate? Yeah. What's up, Brian GT101? What's up, Jerry McCain? Hey, bro, how hard do you turn a stock HO cam with 1.7s? I stopped turning my 302s at about 6,200. Naturally aspirated, they don't make no power past like 5K anyways. And a little bit of boost, 52, 5,400. So like when you're shifting, you want to pick your peak. You want to pick your shift point. Rule of thumb is 600 to 800 horsepower or 600 to 800 RPMs past like your peak. And most people don't know what their peak is because they don't know the dyno's graph or whatever. But when you come up on that graph and it starts to plateau out, you want to shift in the middle of your power band. So with valves, I take them to 6,200. With a 355 gear, here, rule of thumb. And you guys can write this down or whatever. Rule of thumb, 355 gears, 26 tall tire. Car makes 500 wheel. Shifting at 6,200, you're going to come through the traps right at the power band. 6,200. Done it on multiple builds, and you can mess with the trap speed. And you don't want to be coming through the traps. So when you're racing your car, if you do street strip your car, you don't want to be coming through the traps like not at peak horsepower or peak RPM. So like if you're coming through at 5K and you just shifted to fourth at like 1,000 foot or 1,200, that's wrong. You're losing time. So you got to come down in tire, come down in gear. There's a lot of like little options there that you can do. I still have the GT Body 3-bar heads as you sold me. Those are good heads, man. I put a lot of time in those heads in machine work. Stock cam at 1.7s, I call it a B301. That's a good idea. The almighty B301. It's almost the same lift because rule of thumb 1.6s to 1.73s are about 26 more gross lift. So 444, it puts it at like 470 or 475 in theory. Mike Sherrill, stock computer only lets you go to 6. No. I want to say cutoff on stock computer is 68, 67. I forget. It's like a funky number. It's like 6752 or something stupid, according to the data log. Go. Yeah, Andrew, Super Bowl tomorrow. My son is in 6th grade, and I've been coaching football. I played football in college. I played football in, obviously most of my life. So I coached it naturally. So this is this end of the 6th year. So now he goes up to junior high next year, and it was a good, outside of Foxbodies, it's something I love to do. You know what I mean? Adrenoside, A9 series computers shut off at 6250. They do not. Andrew Hanlon, I'm holding on those GT40 heads because they were, hey, those are the ones, man. What is the difference? What is the difference in 1.6 and 1.7 on a 500 lift cam? About 20 or 30. About 20 or 30 lift. I mean, if you go from 1.6s to 1.7s, you're going to gain 25 lift ish, and that's just in theory. What is the difference? Okay, nice. I play football, DN, and wedge buster and kick. There you go. Wedge busters, the guys with you're crazy. Anyway, but I mean, I guess to caveat on the video that I did release today, I really do think that turbo kit's choking it up. Matter of fact, I know it is. It's just the whole design of it. And there's nothing wrong with the on-3 stuff. I'm not saying on-3 stuff can't be used on 408s and 347s or whatever, but you start getting up into the bigger stroker and big cube stuff, I mean, you're only going to make so much power. You know what I mean? And I'm kind of like a stock bottom end guru. I love this stuff, but I got to have a big toy. You know what I mean? Everybody likes the big modals or, the big toy, but it's got to be right for me. Muhammad, it's not the turbo kit. I can guarantee you it's not. Well, it is what it is. I'm going to put the other turbo kit on it anyways because I don't plan on actually putting the turbo kit in the black car. No, I'm not. Muhammad, it's cool, man. I appreciate what you're saying, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you're wrong. But that turbo kit that I'm talking about in the video, in the turbo that's on the car now, with the 363 made 800 wheel, and it was climbing. But, at that point, we move on to our next problem, which is the computer and wiring. You know what I mean? At that point, we got to go like Holley Terminator or some sort of a Holley standalone system. You know what I mean? So that's a good problem to have. I didn't really want to keep this turbo kit on it anyways. And I didn't want to keep this turbo kit on it anyways because I think the other turbo kit's well built. And I don't plan on, I don't really want to cut my hood either. Remember, I got to cut my hood? So this other turbo kit was built for this car. So we're going to have it modified back to this 410 Windsor. I'm going to get my hood back on it, and we're going to get it dialed in again. And that way I can race it and not worry about it. And, focus on the other stock block stuff that I got going on in the black car possibly. So Adrenoside, are they only designed to last that long? Okay. What are you going to do with the turbo that's in the white car? I don't know yet. Probably won't sell it. I can tell you that. I spent about $2,000 on that turbo, and then I had it rebuilt recently last year. I spent another $750 or $700. They go through the whole thing. And they gave me, I actually ruined the exducer wheel. And, a chunk of pipe came up in there. Don't even get me started. That's why it kind of worries me. What, the video's not working? I'm all coffeeed up. It was stuck in the intro screen. Are you talking about the live stream or are you talking about the video itself? I have the 7675. I have the 7675 Precision Turbo CEA. Is that like the I don't know, aerodynamic something? I don't know, some sort of craziness. But I sent it back because the exducer wheel was ruined, and they put a newer style wheel on the front, so it's not the standard 76 anymore. It's a little bit better, but I don't think I'm out of turbo. I just think that there's just too much back pressure, and you know, I'm very happy with the car. I mean, we went out there today, and you can see it in the video. I mean, I should be GoProing it on the side or in the back of the car, but I mean, that car is, maybe next time I'll have cousin Paul follow me in the truck or whatever. But that car, I mean, I get it in first and I start laying in the boost. I mean, even with the 28 tall Hoosier QuickTime radials, which for the street anyways at 20 pounds, I mean, it's just skating all over the road. I mean, I'm just sitting there just watching it just walk all over the place. So it's a little scary, but whatever. But I'm excited to see what the blue car does tomorrow at the track. Like, again, I won't be there. I'll be with I'll be somewhere else. But I know for sure that cousin Paul and Mustang Mike will get that done for me. Yeah, because I want to bring the video to you guys. I want to see if the blue car with a Hunter shot can outperform the supercharger. I think that'll be really cool. That'd be a really cool video, at least. Did you ever back pressure with the 357? Yes, I had a little bit. And here's how I can tell you I had some crazy back pressure going on, Mod Motor, is I literally was blowing my passenger header's hole out. I mean, there was so much pressure. There had to have been 30 PSI in that pipe. And it's crazy because I don't have the EGT hookup or whatever to measure back pressure. But I can tell you it was high because it was just blowing chunks of holes out of my passenger header right there where the flange was at. And even when we reinforced it, it would just start cracking. And I like the on, don't get me wrong, I like the On3 design because it's simple and it's made for the masses and it works. It works by far. But I think my white car got to the point to where it's a little bit outgrown from that now. You know what I mean? Which sucks because now I have to chop up a kit that was built for an 8.2 deck motor to fit the 410, but I'm okay with that. What RPM do you leave at in the blue car? About 5K, 4,800. I leave pretty mad. That's probably why I twisted the input shaft. You ever think about going auto C4? Never. I am a stick shift guru forever. Yeah, I can go faster or be more consistent with an auto, but I'm just not interested in it. It's just the more fun for me or funner or however you want to call it for me to stay stick shift. Plus I got a lot of money and time invested in that stuff. You know what I mean? My stick shift stuff, I got multiple T56s. I don't want to start over again. I don't want to be worrying about a converter or whatever. But you get it. I'm trying to get this picture so I can post it. Bear with me. I'm trying to Instagram this too. So anyways, sorry about that. Anthony Wilson, man pedal for the win. Yes. Everyone always watches this stick shift go, even though they're 13-second car. I mean, it's, because I like to party, I like to party. What up, Mike J? Dude uses iPhone. What the? Hey, stop hating on me, son. Real men have 3 pedals. I even downshift the wife's auto SN. Yes. Why am I not surprised, bro? Give me a second here. Sorry about that. You guys are crazy. You're killing me. Killing me. Is your jet? Anyways, it's an SN. No one gives a. Let me tell you what, man. Don't sleep on SN95s. I'm telling you guys right now. SN95s, 94, 95 Mustangs are going to be the, like, you guys, it's going to be like the abandoned, the friend nobody cared about. And then one day it's going to be the rare car that everybody wants. Maybe not, but I think they're going to have its own value. You know, because considering it was a 2-year-old car, like I think 86s are kind of in that area, because 86 was like, you know, half carbureted, you know, in half, you know, EFI. So it was 86 was a very interesting year for us. But 80s, 4 guys, 6 speeds or less, nothing. Try banging 18 speeds. Man, no way. That's like truck stuff, right? Trucker stuff. Nate Battling, the ugly duckling that grew up. That's right. Nick, way easier to cleaner one. A genocide. The computer isn't friendly. Yeah. Mike J, really enjoyed yours and Brutal's live. You guys should have those more often. You know what? I think that's where Brutal. I think that's where you know that's where he needs to be, man. Because let me tell you what. He sets up the live stream. A lot of people watch. A lot of people are interested. And the really cool thing about it is he's collaborating with other YouTube channels. And I think that's really cool. The only thing that I wish we could do or figure out is how to get like my screen and his screen like split set up in like the corners. You see what I mean? Because if you watch like Twitch or like Video Gamers or whatever, you can see that they co-stream with people all the time. And it's a good time. That would be really cool if we could see each other's reaction. Well, I could see his, but you guys can't see mine. So I have scrap 2 this year, 94, 95. Yeah. Creative Customs. Got a high 10 supercharged C4 with trans brake. I just picked up with a TKO to go to back. There you go. Mike Sherrill. Wife's car's unmolested. Still had a 94 plug. So I had the F4 number on them. REB Auto, you should get Black Magic clutch. Actually, I'm running a twin disc RXT HD, which is their top of the line McLeod one. And I mean, the clutch pedal in that thing is like so light. It's almost scary. It almost like feels broken. It's crazy because it just pushes in so light. So it gives you a really good kind of feel. Like I'm kind of a harder clutch type person, but you know, you can't get, you know, for the ease of the actual stick shifting, you can't get any better. But I've never tried Black Magic. I heard they're good clutches. Actually, my buddy Dan runs a Manic. Is that Mantic? I don't know if he's in here or not, but he runs a pretty good clutch. And I think that's a twin disc. Mike J, split live would be the shit. Yeah, it would be. And I was talking to Brodel about that too. When we were talking on the phone, we correspond, you know, once in a while. And it would be really nice to be able to draw somebody in, invite them to the stream. And if they had a webcam, and I know you can do it, we just got to figure out how to do it. I think you can do it in OBS as well. So, Nick, thank you. I appreciate that. What are your big 2021 plans? I'll come back to that. Mod Motor, did you run E85 when the black car had a 302? No, but I'm probably gonna run. I have the fuel system already set up in the black car, so it would actually make no sense for me not to at least run E85 or some sort of like pump gas on a 302, because I'm gonna put the 363 in the black car. We're gonna run it. We're gonna tune it. We're gonna wear it in, and I'm probably going to pull it back out and sell it because I like my 363, but I got the 410 in the white car, and I kind of want to go back to my roots with the stock bottom end block in my black car because it's kind of built for that. And, you know, I always promised Chris Watson that, you know, I would try to try to get close to his number again. So who knows? Joey Rowley. Hey, Neo, what kind of rear wheel horsepower number do you think I should be at with a 306 11R Holley System X Anderson 941 1.6 5-speed? On a 306 with aluminum heads, on a Mustang dyno with those with tuned right, 16, 18 degrees, pump gas, probably about the 310, 320 range. And that's being a little, probably 310 range. Does Cousin Paul and Cousin Fred call you Cousin Dan? No. No, they call me Jerk. This guy. No, those are my dudes, man. I couldn't do what I do without my cousin Paul and my cousin Fred. They're my best friends. They're my brothers. You know what I mean? They're going to be, I'm going to be there for them. They're going to be there for me. And, we just had an idea. I mean, I had an idea years ago. I created Neomustangs, and, I just, Paul was really, he liked what I did, and he was interested in Foxbodies, and cousin Fred moved back here to Ohio, and they're my they're my brothers. I don't care what anybody says about them. Wouldn't be able to do what I do without them. So shout out to them if they're watching. What is the ratio of workout nutrition? 50-50? Huh? What are you talking about, Joe? Would 34-pound Coyote injectors at a 55 PSI be enough for HCI and a Vortec? That's a tough question. Jeez. But anyway, what else we got going on? Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't mind the fact that I don't have to cut my hood. That's another good reason why. It's another real good reason why I want to switch this turbo kit over, because I know I'll make more power. I know I'll make more power. And I won't have to cut my hood, which I think is cool to an extent. But I had a couple of neighbors mad at me the other day. I wasn't even getting on it. They were just mad. I'm not real sure why they would be mad. I mean, it only sounds like a train. But I don't know if I could reach all the way back there, but I'll show you guys some more of the kit. You guys probably see it back there sitting on the floor. It's all aluminum. If you watch the video, it's a really good setup. It's all aluminum. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm talking light. But it sits. I mean, it just makes sense for me to put it back in here. Just put the turbo, put the crossover back in. I know I've been talking about this last couple live streams. I'm just going to do it. Kenny hooked me up. Kenny Cooper, big dog. He said, you bring it back to me. Bring me X amount of money. It's about 10 hours, and I'll custom fit it to your block. So I'm like, let's just do it, man. Let's just do it. Let's just do it and get it over with. What else is it? It's been sitting on the shelf rusting for, it's stainless, but it's just needs cleaned up. You need to do something with it. 80s 4 guy, nothing like a Foxbody with a Dart 460 big block stroke. Man, you need a couple of forced inductions for that. Nick Davis, what do you think about the Holley Terminator X blow through think about going that route? The way Mustang Mike had it said to me, my buddy Mike, he said, look, the Holley Terminator X is really nice because you could just plug it in and it like self-learns itself. And I didn't do enough research. He was giving me the spew on it today for about 20 minutes, and it's super interesting. So I think it would be fine to go that route, Nick. I think Terminator X is an excellent option. And we're about to do that with the white car here. So it is what it is. No twin turbo for the white car. No, it'll be a single. What we're going to do with the turbo, we'll keep it. But what we're going to do with the kit, obviously the turbo moves to the passenger side. And what we're going to do is we're going to make power on it. We're going to see what the big 66 millimeter wastegate lets me make power to boost wise. We're going to turn it up and we're going to cap that turbo out. And most likely we'll go with like an 88, 85. I think I was looking at Precision. They're good street strip turbos they got. And we're going to definitely step up into a bigger turbo. But, you know, we'll also step into a Holley System X, or excuse me, Holley Terminator X, or some sort of Holley standalone system pretty much at the same time. So when I do the turbo, I'm going to do the Holley system too at the same time. So it's going to be a pretty crazy build. You know, you watch my KISS video, I'm telling you, this is the epitome. It never ends. It never ends. It never ends. So if you got a stock block motor and you want to make all this horsepower in the world, guys, just drive your shit. Enjoy it. Boost it. Do one mod at a time like we did with Dad's car and enjoy it. Break it, fix it. Break it, fix it. Whatever. What's up, Caleb? Foxcast Media. I can't keep that car straight if you watch that video. I mean, I'm still laughing. It's, you know, when I make hits in the car and I start to show, what did you say, Genocide? When I start making hits in the car and the places I go, like, you know, with the, I'm kind of nice because I got like a highway. You know, I got an area that's just straight as an arrow. We can just drive the crap out of it. And, you know, I wait for cars and there's no cars around. Nobody's going to get hurt but my feelings. And, you know, you go first, second, third, fourth. I mean, there ain't nothing like G-Force, man. I mean, it's fun. So, anyway. I am just not spending all the money on that swap. Don't. Nick Davis, hell yeah, Fox. Yeah, I like Caleb jumps in on, you know, I try to jump on everybody's stream. I think Gearhead streams sometimes with his wife, Gearhead 704. And I think Caleb, I think he started streaming recently, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know what days he streams, but it might just be random. I know Brutal's been doing a lot of it, but you know what? He's got that shop set up. It's so perfect the way he's got that set up. I mean, he can literally just pop a stream, and that's really cool because the lighting in it's perfect. Like how clean, and I mean, look at my shop. My shop is an absolute mess. But this is what I do every day. So I mean, his Brutal streams look so much better than mine. So if you ever get a chance to check out his stuff, I'm sure you guys already do. You know, make sure you go over there and check him out. Yeah, it's you know what, Caleb, the best part about the you know, Foxcast, I'm sorry, I mean use name or whatever. But the best thing about a Foxcast is it's like streaming, I think, is where some of YouTube's going to start to go, because it's, you know, it's interactive TV. And like, people's been given like videos for so long, you know, 8 or 10 or 12, 15-minute videos and how-to videos, that the interaction with the actual person, being able to talk to them in the chat here or wherever it's at, it's kind of cool because it makes it more personal, in my opinion. No, I didn't see it. What do I need to make a video about it, Andrew? And if you guys don't know, Andrew Hanlon is the Bob Hanlon Motorsports son. He's the guy. I want to give a shout out to Hanlon Motorsports because I always order all my parts from them. My TKO stuff, my T5 stuff, a lot of that stuff, because I do that stuff for customers. And of course, my T56 Magnums came from him. So faceplated at Liberty, so shout out to Liberty, but that's who Andrew Hanlon is. But Bob is the vacation. Yes, he is always on vacation. And tell him I said that, Andrew. He deserves it, though. So, anyways, going back to, like I said, I'm earlier in the videos. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out some of the other channels, make sure you guys check out Gearhead 704, Brutal, Foxcast, 50 Tussin, Donnie B, Justin 91LX, Mike Dula, House of Dula. There's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of good ones coming up. There's a lot of good Fox content out there, and it's nice because we have kind of a community, and you don't get overflowed with too many other people, too many other genres or whatever. So anyway, that's why I called you, buddy. LOL. Oh, okay. He's going back to Aruba soon. That means I get all his T5 parts. Adrenocide, you think vids are better than streams? What do you guys think of streams? Sound off in chat. What do you guys think of streams? That's a good discussion to have. What do you guys think of streams versus watching videos? I mean, I'm not going to even lie to you. I play video games. And I like watching Twitch. I'm not even going to lie to you guys because I'm not embarrassed of the way I am. But the nice thing about that is you can interact on Twitch with the guy who's playing the video game you're watching. And I know that's not interesting to a lot of you people, or that's not interesting to a lot of people, but, this is a car channel, but it's the same thing. I think streaming is kind of where YouTube needs to go. I know it's an hour out of your time, but you got super chat. Like you can see the guys here in my chat, they got green names. I don't know where my fingers. Pat Turchin. I actually raced with Pat Turchin. Him and his dad. Mod Motor, you can see the green name. Shout out to those guys. Those guys are club memberships. If you notice at the bottom of my video, there's a join button. And I think Foxcast has the same thing on his videos. There's a club membership you can be part of. So there's a lot of cool things with streams that you can do that you can't do in like a video. You see what I mean? Like I'm able to walk around my shop because I got this 30-foot extension USB cord. Okay, this way. Am I pointing this way? The nice thing about videos is you can watch them at your own accord, but the live streaming is really cool because you still get, it doesn't show up in the video part of your channel as it has its own live section, but it's got its own kind of taste, its own like, it's different. Is this where the chat's at? Yeah, it's like that's exactly, it's like a virtual car meet. And I really like YouTube's encoder. If you notice the quality of the stream, it's really good. But it's got its own problems because if you notice when Brutal started getting his stuff, and I think Foxcast even had a little bit of issue, it's just buffers. And sometimes if you don't have really good internet, it'll just hate you. It'll just start to buffer and whatever. I like the videos, you guys watching the cars race, but live is pretty badass. Yeah, it's definitely different. Why am I so buff? Man, I work out like every day. So I don't know if you guys listen to like motivational speeches, and I'm a pretty motivated person. There's things that's happened in my life, not to get too personal about it, but there's things that's happened in my life that kind of hit a switch. You get to a certain age and you say to yourself, you look at yourself in the mirror and it's just, I was never fat, but I wasn't taking care of myself physically. So, and I didn't want my son to see me like that. So every day I wake up, I'm motivated. I take care of myself because it's kind of like a medicine to help you get through the day. Not that I have problems with that, but you get what I'm saying. Hey, Neo, can I get away with 24-pound injectors on a 306 with a Holley System X? Yes. Foxcast, what happens with live as you progress larger, the trolls get out of control? That's correct. And I'm hoping in our genre, Foxcast, that, we don't have as many. And it gets real toxic in some of the other stuff. like if you're just chatting on Twitch and if you watch that stuff or some of the other streams that just about politics, that's why I don't want any of that stuff in my stream. I want to talk about Fox bodies. I want to talk about slicks and racing and stock bottom end and breaking parts. You know what I mean? But I get the troll thing, and you probably have to deal with that a lot. What's your regiment? This is a pretty tight group. Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure that the people that are interested in looking at our streams, you know, if somebody got real trollish or real toxic, you know, they would get a name for themselves or say, you know, trolls suck, living to argue is lame. That's correct. You know, everybody has their own taste of what they want to do with their Fox body. This is crazy. I spent too much. I'm married to that car. I spent too much money on that car. And I guess what I'm trying to say is I love talking about it. I love driving it. But that's all I really want to talk about. I don't want to get in any arguments with anybody because everyone has their own taste in vehicles. Like I've had more fun with the blue car in the Kiss video. And I'm not ashamed to say that. My black car is my favorite of all three. But you know where that's at. It ain't even here. It's hiding in the garage. So it's nice to be able to ask questions. That's correct. So let's talk about what's going on with the price of Fox bodies. Let's talk about that. Because I think that needs to be, I want to bring that back from the last stream. Robert Kurtz, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. What do I think about Stinger performance over Holly? I like Holly over Stinger. I think that the price of Fox bodies, and I'm pretty sure that Foxcast did a video where he was doing this video with this white GT, and he talked that very same question about, you know, where they're going, you know, how much they're, you know, where they're going to be at in 10 years and the price. They're getting hard to find. And there's so many, you know, just like I said in the last stream, there's so many. It's like if you liked Hot Wheels when you were younger, how can you not like Fox bodies? Because like everybody had Fox body, they all had, you know, you had that Hot Wheel, you had that rare Hot Wheel. Like, bro, I got the one of one, you know, special edition Hot Wheel, bro. You forget it, end game. And it's like that with Mustangs. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. I mean, you got the Celine, you know, the Cobra R, the you know, the SAAC, the limited edition, the summer edition, the 7-Up, the triple black, the triple white. I love them. You know, the SSPs, just to name a few. This time of year, you usually drop the 2 or 3K. They're usually asking price. Actually, like I do a lot of parting out, which you guys already know. I do a lot of restoration. And the prices like in 2020 have just skyrocketed. And I think it has something to do with, you know, the whole virus thing, which I'm not interested in talking about, but just the whole way this year has went. You know what I mean? The issue is so many guys still think in 2000 it's 2003 and a clean Survivor Fox is only worth $3,500. And that's exactly it. And like I said, I think Foxcast, Caleb, I think you had a video about this about a month or two ago. There was a white GT in the back. You were underneath this canvas in this building. And, you know, you guys need to go check that one out because he pretty much hit the nail on the head. And that's what it is. You know, it's Fox bodies. We're not trying to drive the Fox body prices up. I don't have any rare Fox bodies. I had a Cobra. I had a Celine. I got rid of them both. I can't have nice things like that because they'll end up like this. And I'm going to be honest with you. When I see a Cobra, no pun intended, at this point, when I see a Cobra that's heavily modified, I just kind of like, There's one gone. You know what I mean? Because I want my Cobras to stay pure and true because they're a piece of history. There's one sitting about 30 minutes from me that I literally cannot get the guy to sell it. It is a D code. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it is a D code Cobra and it's sitting in the field. Matter of fact, now that I brought it up, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to vlog it really quick and show you the sadness. Because I care a lot about my Cobras enough to where I wish I could just pull that car out of the field and save it, but it can't because the guy will not sell it. He's just it's been sitting so long that the wheels are in the ground. Like it's missing the bottom part of the wheel, bro. Who does that? Andrew Hanlon, I can't even find nice Foxes here in PA. All rotted junk. I agree. Floody, the sweat switch. After the Foxbody, I hated Mustang's ugly dashboard. In 05, they got nicer. That's true. Clay Zentz, what's going on from here, man? What's up, brother? You can still buy a decent notchback in Quebec for, yeah, I mean, if I was to put, like, prices of Foxbodies are kind of a perception thing. Like, you get a lot of guys, you get a lot of people that actually own Foxbodies, or even the people that catch them for a good deal, and they think they're worth a pile of gold. And they are, but they're not. It depends on what it is. Now, a clean Survivor, forget it. Absolutely forget it. A clean Survivor is probably $7,500 to $9,000 or $10,000, depending on mileage, right? Options, how it looks. Red interior kind of hurts you a little bit, but honestly, red interior, nobody cares about red interior anymore. If it's dirty or if it's super clean, I'm a fan. Like I don't like it, but red interior with a red car, I think looks great. You see what I mean? So clean Survivor, depending on, mileage, $7,500 to $10,000 tops. A modified Mustang, I'm seeing a lot of coupes. And like I sold Project Hot Wheels, you're looking at 10 to 12 to 13,000. That hasn't changed much because I think the more you modify it, kind of sets you back a little bit. If you keep it, like, look what I did with Project Hot Wheels. Here's a bone stock car. We did all the reinforcements like we did with Dad's car with the subframes and the upgraded axle and all that other stuff. I literally took the original motor and completely rebuilt it and the original T5. But once I put a turbo on it, obviously the price of it went up quite a bit because it was tuned, but there's a ceiling somewhere. You know what I mean? A well-built coupe, a clean Survivor coupe, probably all day is 10 to 12. And I'm not talking about your seat lean, dirty carpet, dirty interior car. I'm talking about a clean Survivor medium mileage. You know what I mean? All right, Robert, see you soon. Jonas, I just poured $25,000 plus into my 81 coupe. Sold for 11 after 5. I know. And that's where we have to say, when's enough? I mean, when is it enough? I've got tens of thousands of dollars in this car. I don't even want to talk about it. And it's fun to drive, but I'm going to be honest, Dad's car and even Project Hot Wheels or even my black car when it was a stock block 302 with GT40 heads, I drove that car everywhere and it ran 10s. So I enjoyed it the most. What's up, Bill James? So aftermarket sport caused many to bankrupt and divorce men. That's true. Anyway, so what do you guys think about, what do you think about, what I said, the whole price of Foxbodies? I mean, I see you guys chiming in. Got a thought, hold on. So where's the Where do you think the cutoff is? Not to brag, I have 3 cars, 3 motorcycles, and over 200,000 invested. There you go. More power. You do it. You do what you got to do. He who has the most toys wins. It's been that way since we was 5, man. Yeah, matching number coupe is 10, 15 grand. And that's where we're at. I'm going to be honest. Because the coupes aren't going to lose their value. But I think the coupes are going to be the ones that are, I think they're not going to surpass Cobras. But I think the coupes are going to be very high in value, especially like the Calypso, the Reef, even did they have the T-top coupe? I think they had the T-top coupe 87, 88. No, I think it was just GT and LX, wasn't it? And LX was only like 100 of them. I actually parted out an LX T-top that I shouldn't have years ago. Well, it was bad. It was hitting the side bad. But I didn't know that T-top came in an LX 87, 88. Barry Reeves, what is the best for the street and strip 3331 or 347 with a T5? At a crossroad with this, what is the best way to go? 331, I like 331 over 347. Andrew? Anyways, he made a bunch of power on that car when he had it tuned. Clay, I didn't realize how much they had gone up. I didn't think there's a cutoff. People who have money will spend it. That's correct. Are we losing our stream? We're good? Did that buffer for a second? Okay. Okay, so bear with me. I'm on the YouTube encoder. So that did that to brutal. So I usually use OBS, which is an actual broadcasting software. That's why the window's a little bit smaller and it's not as quality as this. But I like the YouTube one because it's live chat. Here. But if it does that, don't worry. It'll come back. It might do it once in a blue moon. It might cut me out. Just be patient. Anyways, that way. So, what do you guys think? You guys know that you guys see. How's the quality in the sound now? Me moving around the shop. See my bald head. I can't see chat, so I'm sorry if the video is kind of moving around a little bit. It makes you a little nauseated. I'm trying to keep it slow. But what do you think Dad's car is going to run tomorrow? Let's see who can get the best. So, Cousin Paul, me and Cousin Paul in the morning are going to take these slicks. We're going to put them back on. We usually take the light out for the supercharger. So we got 100 shot of nitrous in the back. And we're going to send this car just like we've been doing all year. What do you guys think the car is going to run in the quarter mile? Now, the car made 328, 375 wheel with the supercharger on 7 pounds. About 100 horsepower over NA. With 100 shot of NOS, with the supercharger, it went 1190. Where'd I go? 1192 at 114, 15. What do you think she's going to do tomorrow? Let's see who gets the best guess. And then I'll chime in on Sunday if I live stream on Sunday, which I probably will. You guys tell me what it'll run. Mike has an idea. And usually Mike's is pretty good. Now, hold on a minute before you do your guesses. It's nitrous only. Now, we're disconnecting the supercharger. I am going to send it with nitrous and a supercharger on 19-pound injectors because zero Fs, bro. Zero. Because I kind of want to rebuild the motor anyways or put another one in it with the flip pistons I did with Project Hot Wheels. But with nitrous only, no supercharger, what do you guys think it's going to go? because I'm going to look through this chat and see if I'm going to see who gets it right. Now, I am going to tell if we have an opportunity, because I actually have to coach travel football next weekend. If it's still good to go and we're still racing next Saturday, we're going to set up Dad's car to spray it with the supercharger rolling to see if them 19-pound injectors can run a 10. It's going to cut out. I know it is. How fast did Cousin Paul run with supercharger? I think he went in a 12.2, 12.1. He never hit the 11s. I think I probably have to borrow that, Pat. We'll have to stick it on at the track with zip ties because half of my cars are zip ties. You know, it is what it is. Oh, check this out. I wanted to show you guys if you didn't notice it in the videos. These are some of the woes going off subject. So we got some people that got some good guesses. Not some of them. I wanted to show you my craziness that's going on in my life. Like T56 has a reverse lockout. So I got like a two-step hooked up, and I got like a reverse lockout hooked up. It's kind of cool, but it's not. I got it wired in my. Like, do these buttons look familiar? I got to actually push the button to go in reverse with T56. It's kind of crazy. I had somebody comment on one of my videos on why I didn't wear, why I don't have the hatchback's wings when I race. Anyway. Got to push the button to go in reverse, bro. I used to manually do it. That's how I got this bicep right here. Just make sure the hood and the gas. Just make sure the hood or the gas tank door. So I don't run the hatchback wing because I am 100% positive you a mile an hour more without the wing. So white car, black car, blue car, all of them have a removable wing. I could take the wing on and off these cars in literally 2 minutes. Not even. It's zip, 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 zip. Everything's studded. So I still maintain a street look because when you go to the track, and that's something good to talk about right now. When you go to the track, you got to be ready for the track. And this is probably, I could do a whole stream on this. Bros, if you're going to show up at a track to see how fast your Mustang goes, man, you got to put some shoes on. Like you can't jump on the court and try to dunk on somebody in some sandals, bro. You know? You don't go play basketball in flip-flops. You know, you don't show up to the track, you know, without good shoes on. You see what I mean? I noticed that you're on the black. Oh, you talk about the black car? Yeah. Didn't you make a video about that? You should sponsor that, Hanlon. How about a sweet Hanlon pistol grip? Nah, man. I'm all just normal ship nods, bro. Chick guys don't wear flip-flops. We had a racetrack here in Manassas that closed down a few years back. You know, I'm extremely spoiled to have a track in my area. I have like 4 of them in my area. But, you know, that's a really good thing. Like tomorrow, there's a lot of prep that goes into racing. And I street drive a lot. But, you know, it's you got to get your wheels ready. You got your fuel ready. You know what? I don't take any of my interior out anymore. Yeah, another car guy. Yeah, it was quick. I don't take my interior much out anymore because to me, that just goes right into another argument. what is determined street car? What's determined strip car, right? Where's that cut off? I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think my white car is past that? Hey, Neo, should I run long tubes on my street car with 306 or go with short headies? Just go with your budget, man. Don't overthink your build. Just like I said in that other video. Make sure you guys all hit that like button, please, wherever it's at. But don't overthink your build. Don't. Because then you'll be mad because the car will, you'll spend too much money and you won't get it hooked up. And I'm going to tell you right now, long tube headers are not easy to hook up. I mean, they're not easy to install. That white car is street all day in Kansas. I hate that street. I know. It's the worst argument. It's like the worst argument. Like, oh, my car's street. Or my car's, oh, your car's all drag race. I'm like, I guess if it's got plate and insurance on it, it's street. Yeah, there is a lot of work to get ready for racing. Now, my dad's car is, even the black car is really kind of borderline. But my dad's car is so factory and stock bottom end and in street, it's not even funny. You know what I mean? Bill James, I love the 7675, but are you thinking about running a bigger turbo on the 408? Yes. We're going to get the stainless, like just in my video. If you guys haven't had a chance to check it out, God bless it. I got everything all minimized here. If you guys haven't had a chance to vet it, I'll just post a link in it. Probably already seen it if you're a subscriber. But we talked about that turbo kit being installed on the 410 because it's been sitting on the shelf for a year and a half. I need to do something with it. And, when you spend $3,500 on a turbo kit, well-made turbo kit, and you don't use it, it's just sitting there rotting, and I can't stand it no more. So, oh, the Ford versus Chevy argument is ridiculous. The worst argument is LS motors and Foxbodies. I don't care to comment on that because it's still a Ford to me. So, will I ever do that? No. If I did an LS swap, I would go get a Grand National and put it in there. Or my only favorite Chevy 80s car, the Monte Carlo SS. Yeah, I get it, man. No LSs here. But if I put an LS in something, if I ever did that, which I probably never would because I don't care that much about that. But I would love to see it in a Monte Carlo. Remember the 350 that was in there in the SS? I loved the SS. It was a really nice looking car. And the Grand Nationals. So, but the Grand Nationals are 3.8 turbo. Keep that thing factory. But I think he was thinking about a Regal. A G-body? Is that what it is? There's a track up in Michigan that I race at, Milan. There used to be a friend of mine, Peso, which you guys might know, Peso Productions. Shout out to him. He's a pretty famous vlogger. I think he's at Lapeer now. I think he does a lot of stuff at Lapeer now. He did a really cool G-body shootout at Milan all the time. And when we had our stick shift events with our 3-pedal throwdown, he was always there with his G-bodies. I mean, that's a crazy crowd, dude. That is crazy. Ain't nothing like me rolling up in the black car, getting ready to stick shift race against another dude at Milan, and legit, I had to drive my black car through a crowd of about 100 people. And there was money being bet everywhere. And that was a long time ago, but it was just a cool atmosphere. It was one of the best experiences racing that I ever had. And I just felt like it was super important. And everybody enjoyed your car, and everybody just loved the racing. And it was just, everybody was having a good time. And I miss that, man. But I don't know what happened with Jay Peso and Mylon. That's none of my business. But I do miss the G-Body stuff. I used to love watching the G-Bodies run. But I'm a Ford Mustang guy. So, I always wanted to race. So G-Body guys are similar to Fox. They love them, and that's all they are. That's it, man. That's a whole nother crowd. Caleb. Ellis Hawkins. That caught me off guard, dude. That's true. G-Bodies are okay. Yeah, I gotta love the Grand National. I actually got some of my friends that are my YouTube channel subscribers, Ricky, and he has a whole crowd of them. And I keep wanting to vlog the Grand Nationals, but here's the thing about YouTube is like we're in a niche type of genre, and there's a lot of people that would literally, like, I almost have a small fear of like losing subscribers because people would think that I'm trying to vlog Chevys or Grand Nationals, but Grand Nationals are an amazing car. Just like Mopar, guys. They said Mopar or no car. Yeah. Another guy channel. That's why it's all about having fun. That's right. And that's going back to what we were talking about earlier in the live stream. I like live streaming because it's like interactive TV. And I'm going to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't be doing anything right now, but just screwing around here at the shop or playing a video game or even watching TV because Mandalorian is one of my favorite shows right now. I love Mandalorian. I'm a Star Wars guy. Go figure. What's up, Sweet Ash Sugar? What's the best time in a quarter mile? The fastest I ever went was 9:30 at 154. The white car's been 9-teens at 155. I don't remember what Mike went. But he raced, if you look at my old videos, Mike raced Ray, I can't remember his last name, had an amazing Camaro. He was the T56, fastest T56, GM 56 in the United States. And that was probably 2 or 3 years ago. That's when it had the 363. Hey, Bub, I'm back. Pop back on. What's up, Robert? Welcome back. Hey, let me tell you a funny story. Let me talk about my dad's car. I bought this car 6, 8, 10 years ago. And my dad's getting old. He's like 70 now. But he was turning 60. And I felt I wanted to share this guy with you guys because it's kind of close to me. Like I didn't grow up with money at all. My mom and dad did what they could. They're still married today. God bless them, 47 years. And my dad had he was a car guy, naturally. And I didn't even really get messed up with cars until high school, right? So he was down in South Carolina because we moved back and forth to South Carolina, back and forth probably 3 or 4 times. And it's a really cool story because he found a car down there. And I want to say it was a Buick Special 60, 65, 66. There was something rare about him. He found a Buick Special that was rust-free with a 300 V8. Does that sound right? Because I'm not a Buick guy or know any of that from years ago. But he had such a hard time towing that car up here. He had to chain drag it from South Carolina. He actually ruined the transmission in the meantime, but he figured he'd fix it when he got here. So they ended up disconnecting the drive shaft and pulling it back. Totally crazy. Anyways, that meant a lot to my dad, and he sat there and, he tinkered with this car for like a year, and I'll never forget it. I don't remember what winter it was, but, I was in like middle school or something, and Nintendo's just came out. Anyways, my dad had the Buick Special, and money was tight, and my mom wasn't an LPM yet, which she was still going to school to be a nurse. Long story short, not to get too personal, my dad ended up selling that Buick Special for like $300, dude. $400 so we could have Christmas. And it was crazy because I always said to myself, when I grow up, I'm going to repay that to you, Dad. And like for the rest of my life, there was never a time that I didn't think about that. And it was like something that I learned, and this is a true story, and it's something that I learned and that I use as like a, like it's like an ethic that I grew up with, a moral or whatever. But my dad, I said, I'm going to repay him one day. So my dad always loved Foxbodies, but never really got into racing them or whatever. So I told my dad, and I told Cousin Paul, and told Cousin Fred, I said, we're going to build Dad a car, and we're going to give it to him on his 60th birthday. So we took one of our cars that we had in our lot, and it wasn't a part out car. It was just a car sitting there. It was a good framed car. No rust free. And we sanded the crap out of it. We put some cheap paint on it. We fixed up the interior. And on my dad's 60th birthday, which we only had like 10 people over, I presented the car to him and I gave it to him. So that's the story behind Dad's car. That's why this car and that car, the blue car and the white car, and even the black car will never leave my stable. And I wanted to share that with you guys because that's kind of true to my heart that, it's called Dad's car because it's going to forever be my dad's car. And sometimes you learn things in life, and I don't know. Figured I'd share that with you. But that's why I call it Dad's car, and I didn't name it anything. Automotive addiction. I sold my last pickup for $300 to get my daughter's prom dress. You're a good person. It's about family. And my dad to this day cherishes that car. And even though we race it and beat on it or whatever, I'll put every good part on that car for him, free, because it's his car and he still loves to drive it all the time. And that's why I wanted to keep it simple. I want to keep my dad's car simple. And that kind of goes hand in foot with what we do with stock bottom end stuff. That car will never be any more crazier than it is now. I want to rebuild the motor. I want to make power in it, but I want to be able to turn that off for my dad because my dad's too old to be going down the street at 500 horsepower. So we'll make good power. We'll run 10s in it. And then my dad can say, I have a 10-second street car. And he can turn it off and turn it down and never drive it. But my dad loves to drive it. So that's where we get that name from. I'm sorry to hear that, Robert. Oh, Dad still rose the gears. He gets mad at me because I half ruined third gear, but he knows. It's good chatting with you, Andrew. I'll talk to you soon, my man. So he knows that my dad knows that whatever we break on the car, we'll fix and get it running better than what it was. So anyways, in closing, that car is very dear to my heart. We actually have another good story that I'll share with you another day about Cousin Paul and his journey with Foxbodies that you guys are going to absolutely love. And that's where we get, I think I showed this in my last stream. I don't know if she's here in chat or not. Where the heck? Oh, here it is. If you guys notice, got some good paint supplies here. Got some Deltron, Bo? Yes, sir. Producer? And I showed this in the last stream. Did y'all see it? Grabber Blue, Deltron DBC 2000. It's a good paint. I painted with this before. It's really good. So, Cousin Paul's got kind of a similar. I mean, we live and breathe Foxbodies here. He's got kind of a similar story to tell, and I'll let him tell it one day. You know, about how he has came to where he's at with the Smurf car. But yeah, Grabber Blue. They want to. We actually took a shell, and we picked a shell out of the stable that I got, because the car that he has, he swore he'd never get rid of it, but it's getting pretty bad as far as rust, and the car is not structurally sound anymore to race too much. So we decided to build another car. So anyways, anybody got any questions for me before we end chat? I wanted to hang out with you guys for a while. I ain't got nothing else better to do tonight. And I know I released a video earlier, but there ain't no rules against doing, you know, live streams and videos in the same day, even though it's probably not good for the analytics. But I don't really care. I'm just having fun with YouTube. So anybody got any questions for me? What can are you running in the 408? Cam? It's a custom cam. It's a custom ground cam. S480 with a 1.0 or bigger hot side with the white. Yeah, that's what me and Dave was talking about. More power, lift more weights. Gonna crank up some Chevelle and head out to the garage to pull it. What did you do, Joe? What wheel horsepower 340 in tank support? Turbo 347. Is it wired? Is that a wired 340, or is it just, are you using factory harness? I thought that, oh, my bad. I got the wrong person to try to side. My bad. Okay, so it's wired. It should hold to about 550, 6. You got stock rails? Can you tune a 94 F-150 ECM? Is it still speed density? Okay, so my hanger mod that I do with Feed the Beast video. So you're the guy that comes with them, though. Is that right? So my mod with the Feed the Beast video, I wasn't on 60-pound injectors on a stock bottom N302 at 15 pounds. I still had plenty of fuel. So, anyways, if you guys are interested, I have a membership, club membership, and I have t-shirts, but I don't expect you to have to worry about any of that. All I care about you guys watching my videos, and all I care about is the thumbs ups. And I appreciate everybody that is in green chat over here when you see them. Those are my club membership guys, and I do appreciate everybody who watches my stuff and supports the channel. I enjoy doing YouTube stuff. I enjoy bringing you guys content because I have, Lord knows I have a ton of it to give you. But you know what? I'm not even worried about, YouTube is about engagement, and it's not about just thumbs up. Thumbs down is still considered an engagement, even though it's not appreciated. But, engagement and talking and commenting and interacting all kind of helps with the whole YouTube model. So have a good night, David. It's good seeing you guys. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. Unless somebody's got something they want to talk about or ask me, I'll give you guys about a minute. I appreciate you guys watching me. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on a Friday night because I was bored, and I appreciate everybody for taking their time. But am I keeping the up pipe? You talking about the white car? Larry, Daniel, what rear end you got? Am I like physically keeping it, or am I keeping it on there? I'm going to probably live stream on Sunday too, maybe. I mean, I don't like to live stream over top of Foxcast. or Brutal, or even if Gearhead does it. So I'm going to keep my ear on the ground, and it'll probably be the last couple hour, I'm just going to pop in and just do it if nobody's live streaming. Otherwise, I'm going to probably watch them and just chill for the night. But probably one of us. No, I'm not going to keep it on there, Bill. That other turbo kit's got its own 4-inch aluminum pipe all the way to the back. Or the downpipe steel comes off the side, comes around and meets my aluminum pipe and goes to the back. It's pretty dope. Your slot is 8 p.m. Sunday. Well, I mean, I don't hate on anybody else. You know, if they want to stream and that's their time, it is what it is. But I felt tonight, hopefully I didn't think anybody else was streaming. At least I didn't see that. So I just jumped on and said, you know what? I felt like streaming because I was in the mood to do it. And I'm really glad I did because I got to hang out with you guys and actually test the YouTube encoder again versus the connection errors that I was getting. You keep doing the videos. I keep watching them. I love them. I appreciate that. So anyways, I'm going to go tidy up in the shop. We're going to get, hey, I got a video coming out next week with the blue car, dad's car on the dyno nitrous versus supercharger. Hopefully Cousin Paul and Mustang Mike get to be some footage next week or tomorrow for the racing. They're going to race the supercharger and the nitrous. And finally, we're going to be doing a 363 build very, very soon. We're picking that up. So keep in touch. Make sure you hit that thumbs up on the way out. Comment, if you will, if you're watching it afterwards. I appreciate everybody. Have a good night and be safe. Wish me luck. Got a football game.